One time out of 10.
And
Times won't you be mine?
what is
We
cracking?
just can't pretend.
Girl,
This love
this
thing
is nice.
You like this? I like it. I found it on Epidemic Sounds. It's kind of been my thing lately.
I know, right? It's so cool. I don't know. I've been like just doing instrumentals because you know that's just my thing.
Yeah. I try to find some instrumentals, but this one I was like, oh. It reminds me of my boo. My little, oh, she don't like when I call her boo. I used to call her boo when we were just friends. So I gotta. She's elevated her. Whatever you want to call it. Anyway, what is cracking, everybody? What is cracking? Of course, Mr. Moderator is here. I'm excited.
Hey.
Bringing Ladies Night back. Obs, what is cracking?
Hey, boo.
Gretchen is here. Gretchen leaves to Botswana tomorrow.
I
I'm
know.
excited.
I know. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see the pictures.
Ooh, let me see. Mr. Riley says you have an echo. I don't hear an echo. Paul, is there an echo?
Don't hear anything.
Oh, there is an echo.
I'm gonna make sure I am out of everything.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. It might be me. I know why. It is me. Okay, we should be good. Michelle, say something.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Holla. That should be good. I had. We could do a whole rap group there.
Girl, okay. It's like who you telling?
Paul sent me like 20 text messages. There's an echo. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my god.
The Rodecaster Pro defaulted, and so to the regular main instead of my chat channel, and so Mix Minus was not working because it was off. So, all right, what is cracking?
Yes. Oh my goodness. You know what? I gotta go get these glasses.
Go ahead, get your glasses so you can see everything. So you can see.
Okay.
All right. Gigi's rubbing in our face that she's in the Bahamas. You know what, Gigi?
Girl, I've been seeing you.
Whatever. She was texting me and then she said, oh, I may not be on the stream because you know Bahamas. I said, what you mean Bahamas? I'm not understanding. She's like, I'm in the Bahamas. I was like, what? When did this happen? I've been literally texting Gigi like throughout the week. I had work stuff. So we were like, she needed advice on something. So we've literally been texting probably almost every day this week, right? Let me pause the music real quick.
And she failed to tell you, BT Dubs.
I mean, not that she needs to, you know what I mean? Like she don't need to, but she didn't mention that. And so all of a sudden she's like, oh, I'm in the Bahamas. I was like, what? I swear to God, I was just texting her about work and like a million other things on Friday. But anyway.
It's like, girl, enjoy, okay?
Exactly. So, Gigi, thanks for checking in. I know you won't be on long, but I appreciate you. And what is cracking? Michelle Lawrence, what is popping? It's been a minute since I've had you on the show, so I'm very excited. What's up with you, man?
Girl, oh my God, everything been up with me, girl. Oh my gosh. So, let's see. What we talking about? Oh, I'm an author now.
Let me see. I gotta do everything for you. I'm just gonna press all the sound effects. I know. That is super dope. You know what I should have asked you? Because I'm not a professional at this. I should have asked you if you had a screen share up so we could go through your book. So you can get that ready because you and I are both pros and we do stuff on the fly. But yes, Michelle is an author now. Michelle has a bunch of stuff going on. What's the name of your book, Michelle?
It's called The Mark Maker's Guide to Personal Branding.
The Mark Maker's Guide to Personal Branding. I love that.
Well, Mark Maker's Guide to Personal Branding. It's on Amazon.
Yes, honey.
Yes, honey.
Yes. So we have to get the links. I should have gotten all of that stuff, but
It's
yeah,
okay. It's it's
it's
okay.
all good. Mike, so I was telling Michelle that before I got here, my phone is not wanting to connect to my computer, and now it's giving me a bunch of messages. But anyway, all right, enjoy dinner, Gigi. Thank you very much.
Ooh, girl,
Appreciate
I'm
you.
sure she
Yes.
probably having some conch wherever she is.
Something right,
Enjoy.
exactly. She's doing something good there. Do you have your
Yep.
stuff up so we can go over your book?
hmm
Do you have it up? All right, hold on. Are
I
you doing
do.
Oh, I lost my interview window. How are you sharing it? How are we gonna do this? Or you want to do it in like another window or
Oh, just solo me.
Hi, espérate. I have a scene for that because I have a scene for that. I just went through this screen share with guest. Is this and nope. Hold on. Let me do nope.
Because I was
There
just
you
gonna
go.
do me.
All right. That's perfect. All right, cool. And hold on. Wait. Oh, you should have just done yours as an additional. And then I
I
could have
could
had
do
you
that
on the
too.
screen. Yeah, do yours as an additional while I swap
hmm
some things around. Guest share. There's the guest share. Hold on. The screen share. Let's hide. I want to hide the screen share. And let me put this here. Wait, I lost you. I lost you.
No, still here.
Not you. Your screen share. Sorry.
Ah, yeah. My my Mac is like, do you want to do this? I'm like, oh my God,
Is it letting you do
seriously.
it?
It hopefully it will. Hold me. Let me
If
see.
not, we can just switch back.
There we go. Share. Oh, no,
Connection
it's
share.
not doing it.
All right, we can do it this way.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, perfect. All right. Well, well, let me show you. Let me show you.
Show me,
Okay, so
girl.
so yes, Hunty. Yes, Hunty. Okay. So yeah, this is my book.
How
This is my book.
exciting.
And oh my gosh, it's in paperback as well as the hardcover. The hardcover is so nice. It's my favorite. Because it makes a really nice like a coffee table book. It's really nice. So anywho, so yeah, so this is the book, and look who was live streaming just a few minutes ago, and it's in
Look
the
at this guy.
carousel.
Look at this guy.
I know. Oh, I love him so much. So yeah, this is my book here. It's Mark Maker's Guide to Personal Branding.
Very
And
cool.
yeah, we got a little something in here. You know, it kind of tells you a little about me, and we talk about some of the things that you can do with personal branding. Like, you could charge a higher price. You could highlight your expertise. You could have better visibility. All these different things. So it's a good read. It's a good read,
Yeah.
and it goes into like how to step by step get into it.
Yeah.
And what to do next, and all of that. So it's really cool. It's a really great companion to to the channel. So for folks who are just kind of getting into it. So it's from the point of view of a newbie
Yeah. Yeah.
who want to try to figure out this for themselves.
Yeah.
And yeah, it kind of goes into that. So it's a nice read.
That is
It's a nice read.
super dope.
And at the end, you can start, penning some things for yourself in there. So it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope,
Nice.
if I do say so myself.
Very nice. Well, that is super dope. I am excited for you. Wait, did you freeze? Did I lose you?
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
I'm still here.
your camera froze.
No.
Yeah. Your camera image froze. No, what's happening here?
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Yeah.
While you are working on that, I'll single myself in, and then I'll keep an eye on you in the comments. You can let me know.
Perfect.
Let me see. So there you go. It looks like you just came back. So we are good to go. I'm gonna bring you back on screen. Are you freezing? It looks like you're freezing. Yeah, it looks like you're freezing. I don't know if you want to maybe reboot and then just call me back.
Yeah.
Because
I will.
so just reboot. I'll keep everything up and then I'll wait for you. Hi guys.
Awesome.
Let's see. Pastor Felicia coming through. What is it cracking? How are you, Felicia? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. I saw Ana Hill on. What is it cracking here? What's popping? Thank you for coming through. K-Walk coming in. Ladies' night. Excuse me. I appreciate you, K-Walk. Let's see. I did do the customary West Side. What is poppin'? When Michelle comes back, I'm going to favorite that. When Michelle comes back, we will ask her. I'm sure she'll have no issues giving you an autographed copy out here. Let me see. It's storming down in my area of the South. Man, it looks like it was going to storm out here. There was a big black cloud out here. So, Rabbi, what is going on? Rabbi, how are you? Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. I don't know if Hotland is. She was fine. She came on a few minutes before, and she was fine. And I don't know what happened. Hopefully, it's all good. Let me see. I wonder if she's bringing some to people a video. That's a good question. So I'll start that as well. As soon as she comes back. So that is a very good point. She should, right, Anna? Definitely. And then we can get signed copies and take pictures with her in person with the book. Hello. So I have that starred for when she comes back. I can ask her. K-Walk says, by the way, the Elgato XL is down to 209. So I'm going to have to dig into your course. Nice. Super dope. Yes. You guys know how I feel about the Stream Deck. So. Oh, it's storming. So let me see. On my side of town, I'm, a couple of hours away from you guys. I'm good. Let's see. So what else? So People of Video is coming up. We were going to talk about that. People of Video is coming up in 2 weeks now? Let me look at this calendar. I don't even know where I have a calendar. It is on, in two weeks, just about 2 weeks from tomorrow on the 19th. People of Video will be on in Albany. Very exciting because we do have our own Gigi. She is going to be a speaker. She's going to be talking about a little bit of the legalese for content creators regarding trademarking, regarding having an LLC and things like that. So please bring all of your burning legal questions to that segment because that is going to be super dope. Keely, Discord for Creators, is going to be doing a segment. She's going to be talking about Discord and building out a community and how you can utilize Discord with building out a community. So that's dope. Doc Rock, Diana Gladney are speaking. So we have a lot of our community members that will be holding the stage. Ecam will be there. Anna and Fulgens will be there. Katie will be there. I'm going to come through. So I'm super excited. I missed it last year and I still get hell for missing it from Lewis and Paul text me. You text me a question mark, Paul. What do you mean? Was that a question or was that a statement? Don't be confusing me, Paul. You're so funny. And let me make sure that I didn't. No, Paul, hush your mouth. Let me make sure I'm texting Michelle back now to make sure she's all right. I'll keep an eye on that there. And so for me, I'm super excited because I know that one of the things that really the community loved with Sundays and Ladies Nights was just having on different women in content creation and, featuring them, having them talk about their platforms and just giving women in content creation, not just on YouTube. So you can be a TikTok and Instagram. You can be on YouTube, Facebook, or just a content creator in general. Doesn't even have to be on any one of the social media platforms, but just a content creator in general, coming onto the show on Sunday evenings and doing what I do best of giving the community a really good time, having lots of laughs, but also really getting to know the guests as content creators. So I had taken a little bit of a break from that and I wanted to really separate. I feel like my Sundays were getting mixed in, right, with my tech stuff and I wasn't really focusing on bringing guests in. And so we kind of lost sight of that. And that's why I didn't stream last week. you do know that I think it was I think it's been like 2 months now, or about a month and a half, that I separated the tech, my live streams. So on Tuesdays, we do Tech Talk Tuesdays, which I think you guys are enjoying. I know I've gotten some feedback from like, hey, what happened? It just says connecting. Hold on. Okay. So Michelle is in the chat with us. Let me turn interview mode off. Okay. Interview mode is off. Interview mode. There it is. There she is. All right. There you are. Who's up? There you go. That was weird.
We back.
In the comments, I was talking to everybody. So we got some questions. I did star some questions as we go because we definitely already got some questions for you. It's super exciting. And what I was saying was, which I'm sure you heard because you were in the chat, was that, I had taken a break from Ladies Night. I wanted to separate out the Tech Talk. So now we have a dedicated live stream on Tuesdays for Tech Talk Tuesdays. I feel like it's been received really well. I know that I have gotten feedback that people do enjoy just the Tech Talk focus. I took a break last week because what I did was I really sent out a bunch of different invites. I had redone my Calendly and things like that to kind of get guests back in like the calendar flow for Sundays. And so Michelle immediately was one of the very first people, like, of course, and she booked literally the first Sunday. Paul because I thought it was going to take much longer. Not much longer. I thought it was going to take like 2 or 3 weeks to get a consistent group, of Sundays filled up. So I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to do Ladies Night for maybe 2 or 3 weeks till I have a consistent flow. And I sent out enough invites, and you were the first one. I have Callie from Live Streaming Pros next week. I have Tanya Smith. I have people just booked up the whole month of September right away. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I don't really have to take a much longer break. Yeah. So I'm super excited for that. But enough talking about me. Let's get back to you. So we were talking about the book. Let me go to the comments. James says, how can we get an autographed copy on the West Side?
Ooh.
And to follow up, that's a 2-part question, because then Anna asked, I wonder if she's going to bring some to People of Video.
Uh-huh. I have some.
See? And that's what I said. I said, well, James, we got to figure out, because James wants a signed copy, so we got to figure that out. Okay. But I was like, you know what? That is super dope. You come, you sign the book. We get to take a picture with you in the book. I was like, she better bring some. That is super, super exciting. So
I'm doing my press junket as we speak. I was on Dina's show this week. I'm on your show this week.
Nice.
I feel like
that's it. Exactly. You doing it how you should be doing. Hello. That is super cool. And Anna is just reminding everyone, if you can't make it to People of Video in person, you can absolutely get the Fulgens pass, the virtual pass. I'm reading this all backwards. You can get the virtual pass. Anna and Fulgens are hosting the virtual People of Video. So that is super cool. So don't forget.
That's going to be so cool.
We have Paul in the comments. So Paul will put the tickets for People of Video. So that is exciting. Let me see. I'm just catching up here. School is just starting. I'm taking off. It's going to be my annual hang. Yep. So Catewalk is going to be there. Michelle, you're going to be there. How long ago did you buy your tickets? Did you buy your tickets? Because I have not bought my tickets yet.
Man, like when it dropped, it was like hot. You know what? Okay. As soon as it dropped, I was like, y'all, I messed up last year. I ain't doing it again. Nope.
Yeah.
I was there. Okay. I got my room. I got my plane ticket. I'm ready.
Ain't playing no games. You ain't playing. So what I was saying was also that I didn't go. Did you go last year? No, you didn't.
I didn't. I didn't. Because I'm a nurse in real life, and so they kind of grounded us, because of COVID. So they were like, "Nah, you ain't doing that. You got to come back here and take care of these people. So you need to stay at the house."
Got you. All right, that makes sense. So I didn't go last year. I was actually supposed to go, and I, like everybody, like Doc Dang, I was going. Not even I was supposed to go. I was going. And I don't remember what happened. I don't know if it was something with work. I don't remember. All I know is that when I called Doc and Diana and I let them know that I wasn't going to make it. Diana was like, I am permanently deleting your number from my phone. And anytime I FaceTime them, I'm not even kidding. Anytime I FaceTime them after the fact, Diana would disappear from camera. Like I was not allowed to talk to her.
No. Oh, no.
So I can't make that mistake again. I won't have any friends by the time this is all done. So I was like,
Oh, my
yeah,
goodness.
I'll be there. I'll be there. Don't worry about it.
I
I'll be there.
cannot wait to meet the folks. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
we've been a family since, oh my God.
It's 2 years.
December 20.
This year makes 2 years, legit. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep,
And
December
we've gone
6th,
through so
2020.
much. Yep, it's crazy, right? Like with all the live streams, the long live streams, like it's like, getting to know each other. And then it's not even just live streams, right? It's also like being in class with Doc and then supporting each other through moderation and like all of that stuff. It's a lot. And it's, I was thinking about that because I got to look at the actual date because the very first live stream where I went live into Ecamm is coming up in November-ish. For 2 years. So I wanted to do a big celebration that day and kind of, go through some highlights. I got to put in some work. I actually have to start doing it now because I want to go through highlights from the last 2 years to now and all the fun that we've had throughout then.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Man, those streams was grimy back in the day. I'm like,
oh, look at how far we've come. Look at how far we've come. Mr. Riley says, remember us little people, LBC branding, when you make it big.
Oh, thank you.
I wholeheartedly agree. Rob Vols, what is cracking, Rob? I haven't seen you here in a hot minute. What is cracking with his usual sup? Let's like my ear.
Right. Oh my goodness.
You know what I wanted to test, Michelle? Have you tested the Stream Deck chat buttons from Ecamm?
That's a good question. I have not because I really like to have like fine granular control over everything that I do on my streams. And that was one of the ones that I didn't do that. I didn't do that yet. As a matter of fact, I just recently changed all of my buttons and
you had a stream on that day, right?
Oh my God. Yes. It was so much fun to like have like my on buttons and my off buttons and all the other things, but I haven't done the chat thing through there yet.
So I just programmed, it doesn't seem to be working. The chat. So this was the chat that I have from the YouTube Stream Deck plugin that worked, right? So this is the one that's going to come up next is like my like and subscribe button. I basically copied and pasted the messages through the Ecamm. And I know I was looking at there were like 2 or 3 people that posted in the Ecamm beta that it didn't seem to be working. So definitely it's not working. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm excited to try that though. I think that'll be super cool.
It'll be really, really dope, once we kind of get all the things because oh my gosh, 4.0. Ooh, 4.0 is gonna be so lit. Oh my goodness.
And there is the link if anyone needs it for People of Video. Register using https peopleofvideo.com and use coupon code ECAMFAM for 25% off. So that is cool. Did I miss something? Images. Gretchen says control. Michelle, what? Who knew? What did I miss?
Yeah. Yeah. My OCD.
Oh, when you said you like the granular control, I'm like, what did I miss here? Right. I got you.
Very much so.
And I know you mentioned it in class. Is it public? What you told me earlier. So we were talking about the book. The second piece of information that you gave me.
Well, I'm over here looking at Amazon. Okay, well, there's another book coming.
There you go.
There's another book coming.
All right.
I'm waiting on final approval of my manuscript. So it's already been sent. Everything has been uploaded and everything. So I'm just kind of like waiting for that to come. So the next book I'm going to birth about 4 of them. But, the second book that's coming out is a YouTube content planner.
That's dope.
And oh my gosh, I'm so proud of it. That's what I stayed up all night doing last night. making sure that everything was done on my
That
final
is
manuscript.
super, super, super dope. I'm excited. All right. So, do you want to just get into pod decks and we just talk and do trivia questions
Yeah.
simultaneously? All right. I was turning NDI back on. So, my NDI is on. Let me bring the app on. And let me see.
I
So,
low key
let's.
can't see Jack right here. I mean, I can't see.
That's all right. I'm going to read it to you. I'll have it on the screen
Okay,
and
good.
then I will read it to you. I got you. So, you know,
Gotcha.
guys, we are bringing back the pod decks. I do have my custom deck. So these are all, I was talking with Michelle about it earlier today.
Whoops.
Don't do what I do. The heck? All right. I was talking about it earlier today because I said that they, you know, this is really good. Really good. I think it's a really cool, fun trivia way to have conversations. And the community usually will answer questions right along with us. I did see, let me see, there were some new ones. The categories. So this health and what is it? Fitness and health. That's a new category. I picked some cards out of there. Mental health, I think, might have been new. Let me see. Entrepreneurial secrets. Ooh, I haven't looked at that. That's a
Ooh.
new one. So we can go into
You
there.
know what?
So
I
usually what
gotta
I
break
do
that
is
out.
So usually I'll go into these and I just like scroll through and I see what's
Mhm.
what. All right. So let's take a look at this entrepreneurial secrets. I haven't done any of these. And because, you know, you talking about 4 books, you got your brand, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on. You are a killer entrepreneur now. So let's see
Oh
what
Lord.
we got here. It says entrepreneurship. Get inside secrets from entrepreneurs with this collab deck from Entrepreneurs Enigma podcast. The perfect way to have your guest become your next great mentor.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait, did you do a sound effect that didn't come through?
You didn't hear it? Oh my
No,
goodness.
it didn't
Oh
come
my goodness.
through.
It was The Price is Right.
Oh no, it didn't come through. That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. All right, Mr. Riley coming through with his own question already. So let me bring these to the middle as well, because this is good right here. Mr. Riley says, what was the most challenging part and the highlight of writing your books? That's a
Oh
good question. I
my
like that.
God. Okay. So what was the most challenging part? I'm actually editing it myself. I know probably
Mm,
should outsource that, but so I'm driving my like after you read something and then you read it again and like, okay, it sounded good, and then you're sitting
yep,
there, you're doing something, and then you're like,
yep,
oh my God, run it through Grammarly, run it through all the different
yep,
things, and it's
yep.
like, yeah. So I'm my own editor, and oh man, that's going to be the first thing that I outsource, is to have somebody else's eyes, some fresh eyes, look at my stuff,
Yep.
so that it doesn't seem so overwhelming. I know we don't like to use that word, however, yeah.
I mean,
So
it
it doesn't
is, you
seem
know,
so yeah.
yeah.
So
So
but
that
yeah,
was so
but
that was the challenging part where you were editing it yourself, you would say?
mhm. Yeah,
And the
because I
highlight?
mean, I know what I want to say. I know what I want to say, so I put it down or whatever, and then I bless it up really nice and in Grammarly, make sure that everything kind of like makes sense, and it's just going back through it just to make sure for clarity's sake. And
Yeah.
it's funny because we were having this conversation with some of the members of in class.
Yeah.
um I'm because of my background in medicine,
Yep.
I tend to want things to be scholarly. I don't want it to be like, we've all been there where
Yeah.
we got something and it's like when you get it, you're like, oh man, this is trash. This is hot
Yeah.
trash in a bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I want it to be scholarly. I want it to be a certain way. But then, of course, we
Yeah.
we are our worst critics. So
Absolutely.
it's just one of those things. So yeah. So
Gretchen is
I've
yelling at you. She
definitely
says, "What? You are editing yourself, girl? Take that off your plate and give it to an editor."
I, I know. So yeah, so that's going to be the next thing. That's going to
Okay.
definitely be the next thing.
And so what about a highlight? What would you say has been the highlight of this journey with the book and stuff like that?
To actually birth it. Like
That's
I've
awesome.
been
Yeah.
walking around with that book
Yeah.
for like 2 years.
That's
like
super dope.
to actually see it. Because,
Yeah.
I've been talking about this for a long time
Yeah.
with a previous mentor. And, and so, she would say, well, go ahead, just do it already. And I'm like, wait,
Right.
wait, wait, it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. So to
Right. Yeah.
actually get it done, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was fabulous.
That's
Fabulous.
dope. I knocked my mic off again. Look, you got me too excited. You got me too excited. Oh, I gotta
What is
stop doing my
happening over
karate
there?
chops over there. Damn it. That's all the support for you is what's happening. Coño. Hold on. Where's my coño? There you go.
Oh my gosh.
And K-Walk says, and if you can't hire an editor, hire a retired English teacher.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna hit you up, girl. I'm gonna hit you up.
All right. So let's
For
see.
real, for real.
Let's come through with the questions. Should budding entrepreneurs take out business loans to grow their business?
Ooh. Well, if you're not gonna take a chance on yourself, who will? I'm just saying.
Mm.
I always invest in myself. Always. I'm
Ooh.
sorry.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because yeah, if you don't believe in yourself, well, what we doing? What we talking about?
Yeah. And I'm going to be careful with me answering this question because, naturally I am a banker by day. So I can get into the whole technicalities of this answer. But what I
Right.
will say is literally piggybacking off of your answer, and this is with any type of loan that the bank gives you, is that you got to have some skin in the game. So no bank is going to give you a loan, whether it's a, consumer loan or a business loan, without you having your own personal investment, but even more so as for small businesses. So you definitely want to have your own skin in the game and what you've invested. I mean, I think that's like, I feel like that's a whole, you know what I've been saying, Michelle, I've been wanting to do, and Doc has said it a lot of times. I got to figure, I would like to do some sort of financial generational wealth channel, podcast, and stuff like that. I just have to be careful from a banker's perspective. And this is why I haven't done it, because the one bank I worked for when we first became friends had told me that I got to be careful. Oh, my camera turned off. That I got to be careful with how I put myself on social media with things like that, because if it becomes that I'm representing, that I'm speaking on behalf of the bank, technically I'm violating like the employee handbook. Like it was a lot of, corporate America. And so that's why I haven't taken that, because that's a big risk for me. But that's why I haven't taken that. But then sometimes like a conversation like that can be a whole episode with what we can talk about the lack of knowledge, how you can benefit from it, how you need to like just even unpacking your statement of, if you're not going to invest in yourself, who will, right? Like you got to invest in, let me get this back on. Let me get this back on
Like,
screen.
yeah, because I've always been like that. I've always been
Yeah.
like that. So, I would, oh, let me see. There we
Paul,
go.
Yeah, Paul says you and the mic need to get a room. I know. I'm sorry. The mic is just wants to like do some things to me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, I've always been like that. So, I've always, you know, made sure that, I educated myself, went to conferences,
Yeah.
make sure that, you keep up with what's going on so that you're more competitive,
Absolutely.
as you grow. So, and then
Absolutely.
let's say nothing's happened, but what have you gotten in the process? You've
Right.
gotten knowledge that you didn't have before, and
Absolutely.
hopefully new contacts and
Right.
new things, because you never know when you might cross a bridge. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And I'm turning my display to never turn off for here, so we don't have that issue
Okay.
again. So it'll stay there. All right, cool. All right, so let me see. I saw Kathleen, your tech coach, had jumped in. Kathleen, what is popping? I see Gabe here. What is cracking, Gabe? How are you? K-Walk says, I've been throwing that term around, generational wealth, in regards to my students, and the looks on the faces of fellow educators has disappointed me. I feel
Yeah.
like, and there's been a lot of things recently that I'm like, I think I just need to suck it up. So the channel, however I do that platform, the voice, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a channel, whether it's a mix of those things, it can't be focused solely around mortgages.
Mhm.
If I do like a conversation like now where we're talking about like generational wealth, you're chiming in, right? Like it can just be us talking. I just have to be really careful. So I got to work it through. But when something, like your book, it's nagging at you. You have it. It's
Right.
there. You should do it. You got something. I got to stop.
Well, I
I got
mean,
to figure it out.
go
Go
ahead
ahead.
and put it on paper. Put it on paper, figure out where the line is,
Yeah.
because that's another thing we were talking about this weekend, because you want to, sometimes you just want to like just go, balls to the wall, just go in there and just
Right.
do it. But at
Right.
the same time, you're like, all right, I need to know where the lines are.
Yeah.
And you can get all the way up to the line, but
Yeah.
you can't cross it. So,
Yeah.
figure out where
Yeah.
your boundaries are and then
Yeah.
work within those boundaries,
Yeah.
to create. I'm a planner. I'm a planner. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and I will plan something to death.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That
but
might be
figure out what that
something.
is for you.
Yeah, that might be something for 2023. I think I definitely had a lot of stuff this year, a lot of successes, lots of wins. The year's not open, year's not over yet,
Right.
and I have a good amount of stuff that I'm really excited for the last quarter. It's not public yet. It'll be public within the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then I get to celebrate with you guys, and then I'm definitely going to revisit that. Because I have even
Nice.
like, so whether it's like with you guys that are obviously we're content creators, but we're all professionals in our own industries that we can talk about. And then I also have like with my friends, like in the banking world, like nonprofit agencies that I know that I can interview them and talk about like, we're going to revisit this next year. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to put a pin in it and we are going to revisit it for next year. All right, let's see what else do we
Good.
have. Have you ever experienced imposter syndrome while building your business?
Do you know me? Do you know me? Oh my God. Girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
yes. The answer is yes.
I think we all go through that, right? I think that we
uh-huh.
all go through that. That's just a thing. We all go through it and it is what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
so what tips do you have for people when they go through it? Because I feel like that's an inevitable. You're going to go through it. So now I feel like, especially like with what you said, we've been all friends now for 2 years. So now that was a big topic of conversation for us. I would say the first year. We haven't talked about it too much this year, right? At least I don't think so. But what I would say is, all right, so for those people now coming new to the community and things like that, what advice would you give for those that once they inevitably get that imposter syndrome? What do you got to say to them?
OMG. Okay. So, okay. All right. So I've had mentors for a long time, right?
Yep.
I've had
Yep.
mentors. I always invest in myself, and I always, had like high paying mentors that, they were like,
Yep.
oh, you can do this, and that, and the third, or whatever, right?
Yep.
And I've been sitting on LBC branding
Yeah.
for about 5 years.
Mm.
Like 5 years. Like I've been sitting on it.
Mhm,
And,
mhm.
and then, feeling like I can't really, they're like, oh yeah, you can do this, you can do that, you can do courses and all that. These are
Right.
things that I've done,
Right.
like, or in the process of doing,
Yeah.
sometimes you getting ready to do something.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
You just want to slap yourself. Right. And so I've been sitting on a lot of stuff for a long time. And it's funny because, when we sit down and we just kind of talk to each other, and then people,
Yeah.
when I pull back the curtain a little bit, they're like,
Yeah.
I was going to say something.
Right.
What is wrong with you? Right.
Right.
Snap out of it, just
Right.
shake yourself. So, and a lot of it has to do with how you think about yourself.
Yep.
So that comes with a lot of work. You have to work on it. You have to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the books that you read. It's in the things that you say to yourself.
Mm.
How do you speak to yourself?
Yeah.
Do you really like, treat yourself like a redheaded stepchild at,
Right.
at the picnic? I mean, seriously, how do you treat yourself?
Yeah.
How do you handle yourself?
Yeah.
And so and then what are the other voices in your head? Like crap
Yeah.
from your childhood where somebody said something.
Right.
Why are you believing that stuff? Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's really a trip. It's about mental growth personally
Mm-hmm.
for me,
Mm-hmm.
because I had to like really get over that stuff. I was
Yeah.
going to say a different word. You have to really get
No,
over
you
that.
can. I mean, you know how we do. You
I,
just,
I mean,
yeah.
I get it, but
Yeah.
like you, I also have a corporate job, and
Right. Right.
I
Right.
can't be out here.
We trying to do the
Right,
thing.
I can't
Yeah.
be out here in these streets tripping because
I,
they were like,
right. Excuse me, ma'am. I think
right,
so. For me, that's been one of my challenges to myself that I've actively worked on. Not worked on, that I've been, because it's always a work in progress, right? I don't think that you should
always,
never stop working on something. It should
right,
be, okay, I don't need to work on this as much because I'm gonna, you know. But one of the things that I've been actively working on is, and the how I've chosen to call it is taking stock, stopping and
mhm,
taking stock of what my successes were, right? So, I had to do
that
that.
part.
I did that most recently, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so I really stopped and I looked at what 2022 was for this year for me. And it was a lot, right? Coming back into content creation, I launched my website, launched a masterclass within the website, launched coaching and consulting, programs, did the 100 days of streaming, and then launched my community, right? So like taking stock, and I wrote it down. What I did was, I don't know, it was something in a conversation with me and Angie, and I was texting her, and it forced me to stop and take stock. And I started texting all of my accomplishments. And the one thing that I had promised to myself as to well as to you guys in the community is that I said that when the 100 days of live streamings were over, I was going to immediately get back to pre-recorded content. And I haven't done that yet. So I was kind of beating myself up with that. And then I stopped and I started taking stock and I started listing. And I was like, you know what? The year, technically, even if I did that back in the beginning of August, 8 months in to have accomplished all of that, who gives
Mhm.
a shit that I haven't done? I'll say it. Who gives a
Right,
shit that I haven't done pre-recorded content yet?
right,
I'm not going
right.
to let that overshadow everything
All
else
the
I
things that you've
have.
done, right?
Right. Right. It's like, all right, cool. And I have a plan for it. And then that's what you said, right? Like having a plan. I have a
Hmm.
plan for it now for
Hmm.
Q4 of this year. And that's why I said that's one of the things that I'm going to be able to announce once you finish crossing the T's, dotting the I's, because I have like one or two things. Well, I have definitely two things in the
Hmm.
works that I'm waiting to officially announce. And like adding that to the list, I was like, I'm gonna finish off this year with a damn bang. Like that is insane,
Nice,
right? And that
nice.
really helped to boost my morale. And for me, getting out of that imposter syndrome mentality of, nah, man, like forget about the things that I didn't do or what I thought I couldn't do. Let's talk about the stuff that I really did accomplish. And I think
Hmm.
that for me, one of the things that I'm going to start talking about with the community is that we should absolutely do it. And maybe this is like the banker in me with quarterly reviews and stuff like that. So quarterly is really like important to me. But I
Right,
think
right,
that if
right.
you go and you stop and you take stock every quarter, then you do a mid-year check-in with yourself and you talk about your successes and your progress, and then replan, right? Like, okay, so I didn't do whatever it was, but let me restructure because I did check all of these other boxes. And I think that's the
Hmm.
problem. We're so caught up in the boxes that we don't check instead of looking at the boxes that we do check. And usually you probably checked off way more boxes than what you didn't check off. So,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's so so I do that like twice a year, right? Where I, take a look at what I've done, go back, reevaluate, see what worked, see what didn't work, and then, make a plan for the second half of the year
Yeah.
so that I can say, oh, okay, by the end of the year, what did you accomplish? I
Right.
mean, we all have had those situations where, we made promises to ourselves and we're
Right.
like, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do
Right.
that. And, I had the whole thing about the pre-recorded videos, and then I was like
Yeah.
editing. I'm like, oh,
Right.
no, what we're
Right.
not going to do is that. Okay. We're going to figure out how to do this live, and
Legit.
it's so funny because I
Right.
have like an inner circle of girls, that where we sit down and we talk about stuff, and
Yeah.
and so I would talk to them, and they were like, well, why don't you do this? I'm like, I could go live in my sleep. I could do that
Right.
in my sleep. I was
Right.
a live streamer before I met
Yeah.
you guys. I'd live stream
Yeah.
every single week,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
I did live selling every single week for like 2 or 3 years. So it
Yep.
was like I could do that with my eyes closed. I could
Yep.
do that. It's like nothing, and
Right.
it's just me and the camera and whoever's watching, and we just have a good old kiki. I mean,
That's
I be
it.
cracking myself and everything, cracking up, so, but
Right.
it's, I don't know why we make it so difficult. It really isn't. And
Right.
then I think and this is something that, everyone who's scared to like get out there and do it, just do it. Cause
That's
the
it.
confidence comes
Yep.
in the doing.
Doing.
Once you
Absolutely.
do it, it's like,
100%.
oh, okay.
I got this. It's not as
Yeah.
bad.
Right.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah. The only reason why it's so easy is because I've done it where I
Right.
could do it in my sleep.
Exactly. Right? That's the same thing with me. And it's like, oh, the pre-recorded. And I can do it, but it just takes so much more time. Right? And it's
Mhm.
like, I'm not. And then that just becomes your own roadblock. So it's like, all right, let's find a
Right.
way around it.
Right.
Let me see. I'm just skipping through some of these. Let me see. My God. Oh, I just went through. Can I go back? I can't go through. All right, let me see. Well, we're both still employees. So what is the
Mhm.
scariest thing about entrepreneurship?
That same thing that you just said. We're
Being an
both still
employee?
employees. Yeah. Being an employee.
Oh,
Right? Okay. Let me drop some knowledge on you right quick. Okay.
let's do it. Let's
For
do it.
those of for those of you, well, something major happened this past week here in
Yeah.
Atlanta. A hospital decided to close. They just shut down.
Like just shut down, like just went out of
Right.
business per se.
No, well, they basically said, and it wasn't mine, thank God.
Yeah.
But but they were losing money and they wanted
Yeah.
to like, get rid of it or whatever. So
Yeah.
basically on September 1st, they told all the employees at that one hospital, they said they have, that they, sorry, we're closing, and we're closing on November 1st. In medicine,
Yeah. You don't do that. Right.
right?
Right.
Where they do
Yeah.
that at, right?
Yeah.
People always sick, so it's like I always have a job. But you
Right.
know what? I am so focused on what I'm doing right now, what the impact that I have.
Right.
Not, yes, I understand what I do as a profession. It is meaningful. It has been meaningful for me for the last 25 years. However, I'm touching new lives in a different way.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
all mine. It's
Yeah.
all mine. All this intellectual property, it's
Yeah.
all mine. And
Yeah.
it's not like, to me, that is like the biggest thing. Cause like I've always ever sold something or did something for someone else or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
so it's always about somebody else. But this
Right.
is me.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, oh yeah, if I would do that for Joe Schmo Hospital,
Right.
why the hell wouldn't I not do it for myself?
Right. Right.
Right? And put
Yeah.
in the work. So
Yeah.
this is me putting in the work
Yeah.
so that I can see what the next step would be. And
Yeah.
you know what? I don't have to know all the steps,
Yeah.
right? I just need to know the next step.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And if I know the next step, then I'm just going to keep going. I'm
Yeah.
just going to keep going. But, it's just really, really hard to, to sit there and see, other people who don't really have a passion for something. And it's like, oh my gosh, I wish everybody had that burning desire, that passion for something that is so much bigger than themselves, that
Yeah.
it's like, oh my goodness, this
Yeah.
gives you purpose.
Yeah.
And then once you
Yeah.
figure out your purpose, it's like, oh, okay, this is
Yeah.
this is easy. This is like air.
Yeah.
I have to breathe. I have to
Right.
do this.
Yeah.
So,
That was super dope. Michelle coming through with all the good stuff today. Super exciting. Let me see. All right. So I'm switching gears, getting out of the entrepreneurial pod deck. Now I'm going to go to the custom deck, and the custom deck just has a mix of all the
okay.
different fun ones. So I'm just going to
Okay.
scroll through and we'll see what we got. If you were told you had to downsize your life, where's the first place you would start?
Girl. Okay. Look, we just talked about it. Okay. This room right here is my happy place.
Right.
This is my happy place.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
studio is my happy place. I have
Yeah.
every screen that I could look at. I could impact the world. I could do everything from this seat right here.
Yeah.
I will not turn on my car
Yeah.
and go nowhere. Okay.
Yeah.
OMG. But the first thing, bye-bye job. No. That would be the first thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about this and I was like, I don't know. I mean, for me, I thought more, I looked at it from a literal sense of more tangible, right? So I'm very materialistic, not in a bad way. Angie and I were talking about this weekend. I said, I probably should unpack that with a therapist maybe, because I'm very, like, you know me, right? Like, again, we've been friends for 2 years. I'm not arrogant. I'm very confident, but I'm not arrogant. I'm materialistic, definitely. And I, say that I'm bougie, but not in a bad way, like where there are some people like from a vanity perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely suffer from, what was it? Oh, because have you heard of California closets? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
So I'm like, I want a custom closet, but I want a custom closet done from California Closets. I don't want it done from IKEA. I don't want it done from the Container Store. I want it done, and it's more of that status quo. Like, that's what we were talking. I was like, it's really just to be able to say that I got it done, right? Like, from that perspective.
Okay.
So I'm that type of person. I don't know why, because it's not that I didn't have my parents. Like, if anything, my brother and sister say that I was spoiled because my parents worked very hard to get me the stuff that I wanted. So it's not even like I was deprived as a child. I don't know why I'm like that, but I am. I know my areas of opportunity. And so for me, if I had to downsize, it would probably be with all these materialistic things. Angie and I, we have our cute little, couples disagreements. When I say I need, she's like, you don't need. She puts needs in capital. She's like, no, you don't need. And I'm like, no, I need. You don't understand. I need. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Let me see. I'm going to go. So some of the, how smart is your home?
Girl, well, this room is very smart. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
This room is extremely smart. The rest of it, not so much. But so yeah, it's funny. I'm looking at my DAC board right.
Right.
DAC
Exactly.
board right here.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, if I say their names, they just start talking. So I won't say their names.
Yeah. I got you.
So we have like two different ones here. Of course, I'm the only Mac girl in the house with a bunch of PC users, and the biggest what do you call it? I can't say. The goo one, that one.
Got you. Right.
Right. Yeah, they're all over the place. They're listening.
Yes. Our main search provider. Yes.
Right.
Yes,
They're listening everywhere.
I got you. My home is very smart. So all of my lights throughout the house, all of the recessed lighting on all 3 floors are all smart lights. And with smart lights, you leave the switch permanently on because you control it with your voice. And it drives Angie crazy because then the kids go to turn the lights off and on because they don't know any better. But then she tries to tell them to not turn the lights on, but naturally they're kids. They don't know any better. So if they got to go upstairs to the bathroom, they'll turn the lights on. But then we'll be getting ready for bed and she's like, hey, Apple lady, turn off the lights. And it's like, I'm sorry, the requested whatever, it cannot be found. And it's because the lights are all up and Angie just gets so exasperated by me. She's like, why? Why do you have to have? And I'm like, I don't know. It works for me. It works. It's, whatever.
Right.
Probably too much for my own good.
Oh my goodness. I still do some some old fashioned things. I did come from humble beginnings and, it's funny how, technology is so it's great until it isn't. And it's like, well, back in the day, what's the name of that guy on TikTok, and it's like, everybody's doing all this stuff, really complicated. And he does
oh my, he is funny as hell. He goes,
right.
funny as hell because it's true. Why are you doing the most?
So,
you don't need to do the most. Paul says, I'm in California, but I'm not in the closet, but you can put me in your closet for a week. And then you can say you have a California closet.
Aww.
Oh, you're so stupid. All right, let me see. I'm just looking at all of this. How smart is your car?
Oh, really smart. So I bought my car back in 2015.
Okay.
I'm almost done paying it off. But of course, now the cars are even smarter now.
Right.
And
driving themselves and parking themselves and shit. Come on.
Right. It was so funny because I got the technology pack on the car when I first got it,
Right.
and it was
now. Don't mean nothing.
Right. Because I'm like, well, damn, I'm gonna need a new car.
Yeah.
And I low key don't want to do that because I'm almost done paying for this one.
Yeah.
I bought it new off the lot, all the bells and whistles, everything fully loaded.
Yeah. But now with technology, no.
Right. It's
so
obsolete.
because I'm a tinkerer, my car did come with the tech package. So it came with, I have a BMW. So, BMW, they started doing years ago, the heads up display where your miles per hour and stuff is. So I have the heads up display. I didn't have CarPlay, but and we've talked about this, my channel, I used to be a car girl before. So my channel before were all car mod videos. So I bought a $600 radio, a couple of $100 more, a radio interface where I replaced the whole head unit and I put CarPlay in my car. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm not buying a brand new car, but I want CarPlay, so I'm going to make this happen. So I do have at least CarPlay, and it's the best thing ever. I absolutely love it.
Oh, yeah, me too. I love mine.
I think, yes, selfie obsessed. Yes, no.
No.
I am.
No.
You guys know that.
No, I take pictures of everything else except me. It's so funny because, so I'm working on my media kit, right?
Marcus says TikTok guy is KB Lame, the one.
Thank you. Right. Thank you. OMG. I was looking for his name the other day. I was like, oh my God,
Now
we're making this so difficult. It's
right.
It's not that difficult.
Right.
So, but anywho, I'm working on my media kit and I'm going through my phone going, oh God, I don't have any pictures. So Anna, if you're watching, girl, we need to talk. Okay.
Yeah.
When we get to Albany,
exactly.
I need to book you so I can have some headshots. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
See? Got to use the people in the community because I went to Keith's house and I was like, I need you to take a bunch of pictures for me. Please. They don't need to be perfect, but I need pictures. And we did the damn thing. He was like, all right, I got you.
Oh my goodness. He probably had your ass on a drone somewhere.
No, I mean, but he did set up, he had the boards and stuff. He did set up he had like a whole little section in his garage. So he had like a backdrop. He had the boards
Nice.
for the reflecting of the light. He put his overhead light. And then we did drive somewhere for some outdoor light, some outdoor pictures and stuff.
Nice. I totally forgot. Okay, so low key,
Mm,
back when I first started, when I told you I've been streaming forever, right?
right,
So
yeah.
I used to use green screen, and I had like backdrops. I like photography backdrops. I just
Yeah.
remembered you just said backdrops.
Yep.
Girl, I got backdrops. I got
Exactly.
backdrops on backdrops
Put the
on
camera for
backdrops.
now. You can put the camera on a tripod, set it on a timer, get a remote, or put it on your phone, and then just do the pictures like that, bro.
I had like a whole thing set up with the line and everything. And so, I'm like, all right, well, today we're doing fairy, whatever. And so,
Right.
I
Yeah.
throw the thing up in the back, and I had my own bokeh because that's what we was doing. I didn't have no
right.
Sony back then. It was a
Right.
it was a C920.
Back
There
in
it
the
is
day.
right there. A
Yeah,
Logitech
yeah.
C920. I made it look like it was something.
That's
Well,
so funny.
back then I didn't, you know. I'm team Sony all the way. So,
Yeah. No
you know,
doubt, definitely.
we got gas up in this place. We got
Right.
gas for real.
Man, listen. If you won the lottery, what would not change?
What would not change? Um, actually, what would not change? I would not lose my freaking mind. I know I wouldn't. 'Cause, I've seen all these people.
Yeah.
I just, it's just so funny because I grew up in Trinidad, right? My formative years were there. I'm American, but my parents, they're from there, and so
Yeah.
they took us back there or whatever. So when I say I have humble beginnings,
Yeah.
I know what it's like to have humble beginnings and how to really 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 be conservative when
Right.
it comes to fiscally conservative. But then
Yeah.
at the same time too, because of the situation that I was in as a child, I got to do all kinds of stuff, go around the world, do all different things
Yeah.
because my parents would like big shit back home,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was a big thing. So
Yeah.
I got to do things that most people may have never done before,
Yeah.
and so so a lot of money passed through these hands, and
Right.
so I think I would be a little bit more frugal
Yeah.
and not be as
Yeah.
spendthrift. No one has to know. And it's so funny. It's so funny. We would have like people from the island walk right past them, past you in the street. You would never know that person was a
Mm.
multimillionaire just
Mm.
by looking at them. They weren't
Yeah.
flashy about it or whatever, but
Yeah.
you would never know. So
Yeah.
you'd never know.
Yeah.
You'd never know.
It's true.
Because
Yeah. No,
I would
definitely.
just be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would not change? The fact that I like really nice things.
She gonna be
The
balling.
fact that I like, I mean, that's one thing that would not change. However, thanks, to being in banking for almost 12 years now, I do actually have financial literacy. So it would be, paying off my debt first and then reinvesting
Yep.
and having the money make itself. And then, at
Right.
that point, but I still would like very nice things. That would not change.
You're right.
That's all.
Right.
What is
And
going
it's
on? Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie coming through. What's cracking?
Hey, what's up? Oh my goodness. I can't wait to meet him.
Paul says you would have a 67-year-old son. Yes, I would, Paul.
Aw.
Absolutely.
Anything for you, Paul.
Anything. Absolutely. Okay. So this was one of the questions I put on today. Is mental health an important issue in your community? So for this example, we'll just use content creation as our communities. Is mental health an important issue in your community? And if so, why? What do you think about that?
Oh my God. Yes, it is. It is. So remember we were talking about imposter syndrome and we were talking about all these other things, and these are like scratching the surface.
Yeah.
But then what's deeper,
Yeah.
right? What's deeper than that? How do you talk to yourself?
Yeah.
What voices are you listening to? Are you listening to like, people, like, did you have someone in your life that, told you you were worthless or whatever, and you believe
Yeah.
that shit,
Yeah.
that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Um, you know, um, and then also too, self-love is extremely important, but at the same time, being able to be knowing where to put your boundaries so
Yeah.
that you could then protect your peace,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Really, really, really important.
Yep.
Um, I'm a very Zen person, right? And
Yeah.
so, um, um, well, I've told you this before. So the last job I had, was not so much so,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
And I remember, on my job interview, when I was talking with, my employers and stuff and everything, and I was explaining to them, I'm like, I'm a really Zen person, and I don't look for drama. I
Right.
tend to like stay away from it or whatever because I got my own stuff that I need
Right.
to work through, and I
Yep.
don't need anybody else's
Yeah.
drama to kind of help me.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and then slowly but surely, like the second day, I realized, oh wow, this place is full of it. So I recused myself from that, so I don't work there anymore.
Really?
But yeah, yeah, hey,
You got
if
to do
you
what you
need
got
a
to do.
plan,
Yeah. Yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay,
All
I
right.
got you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, but it's extremely important. But the
Yeah.
thing is, you need to recognize what is happening for yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
And you actually, you need professional help and all that. And there's no shame in that.
Right.
There's no shame in that. So,
Right. Yep.
and a lot of, and even going deeper in like in the Black community,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
it's not something that,
Nope.
you know, that's not something that is talked about. It's like,
Yeah.
oh well, get over it. You'll get over. No, no.
Right. You will
Sometimes
get
you do
over it.
need
Right.
help.
Exactly. You do. Yep.
Sometimes you do need
You
help.
got to work through
So
it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So it's really, really important to recognize. You gotta recognize what's going on with you first
Yep.
before you could try to help somebody. And that's one of the
100%.
things that I learned as a nurse. It's like, take stock as and to like what's going on here first, because if you don't take care of this, you can't help nobody.
Yep.
Period.
Yep. Gretchen is leaving tomorrow. Have a safe trip. She's leaving for her next and last live before she leaves. And we will see Gretchen at People of Video as well. So super exciting there. Thank you for hanging
Yes.
out with us, Gretchen. We appreciate you. All right. So we'll wrap up soon. Let me see. Let's do three more questions.
Okay.
Paul says, you are the only person that is going to look out for you. That's true. You got family and stuff and you have your
100%.
partners, but it's definitely only you. You have that thing, right, of like open and honesty, but the only one who really knows 100% how you feel is you, and you got to be true to you
Mhm.
100%. And you know what's right for you. You got to listen to that little voice in your head. You got to listen to your
Mhm.
intuition and take care of you. And if it's right, it's right. If it's not, it's not.
I even got a T-shirt that say that. My merch.
See?
It says "Be true to you, boo."
See? See?
Hashtag "Be true to you, boo."
Oh, this one's good. Whom
What you got,
do you secretly envy?
girl? Do you know me?
Wait, I don't know, dude. Should I know that answer? Whom do you...
No one. No one. No one. Do you know me?
Yeah, I thought about it for myself and I was like, I don't envy. I don't like
No.
I fangirl, but that's definitely a different energy, right? Than
Yeah.
envy. I don't
No.
envy.
You
No.
see all this green stuff back here? That's
That's
it.
great,
No.
right? The envy. Exactly.
No. I don't.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that, boo. Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, let me see. All right, let me see. There was some, I don't know. I got to figure out how they organize these because these are definitely hold on, let me see. How do you plan on growing your business?
Ooh. Well, I'm finally listening to all the things that all of my mentors have been telling me forever.
Right, right, right.
So basically just, continuing to plan it out
Yep.
and inch by inch, getting to the next step. And then also to, we are so lucky that, we get a chance to really talk to other people going through some of the same growing
Yes,
pains that we're
I
going
agree.
through. And
Definitely.
you, right. And so it's like, okay, one person, hey, you know how to do this and I know how to do
Right.
that. And, we come together and we exchange ideas and, and we all kind of grow together. So,
Yep.
my whole thing is, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to meet you guys.
I
Like,
know.
like seriously, I cannot wait
I'm
to meet
excited
you
too.
guys. I'm like,
Sorry, buddy.
I'm more excited for, oh, what happened to the
I,
dog?
I didn't realize he was right by. I got Tyler, the older one, down here, and I didn't realize he was
Oh,
right by the roller. So I moved up, and he's like, "Woof."
oh no.
He's upset. He's upset
Uh-oh.
with me.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, but yeah, it's so funny because like, even though I know I'm like big time fangirl over like some of the speakers and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
I'm looking forward to meeting everybody in our crew, like
Yeah.
axe
Yeah.
throwing,
Right.
going to have, bread and really
Yep.
sitting down and talking about
Yep.
like life shit together and then
Yep.
trying to figure out how we can all continue to grow. So
100%. Yeah.
that's the part for me. That's the part
Yep.
for me. It's really nice to meet like Owen Video because I've watched him. I was a part of
Right.
his little crew. I mean, all his little things or whatever. And then
Right.
all the other people that I'm like, woo, I would
Right.
lose my shit if I saw Nick Nimmin. Like, I would like,
Yeah.
oh my God. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm like, I would be doing that to see like Anna. I'd be
Right.
like, girl,
Right. Right.
come
Legit.
here, girl.
Legit. It's true. Yeah.
Oh
No.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
What did you say? You said, oh, so when you were talking about how like we all, we have the platform that we can talk to one another and see how like the other's growing. I was actually talking about that in another Discord community earlier today. And that's what I said. I said, when I'm in my coaching and in my coaching classes and things like that with the community, I listen to the things that work because we were talking about planning and roadblocks. And it's like sometimes you don't know what's a good plan for you or you don't know where to start. Not that's necessarily right, like what's a good plan for you, but you're not sure of where to start or what changes to make until you start hearing all these other ideas.
That
And
part.
so like for me, right, like what works for me is that, I listen to people, I listen to like what's been working and, what they put into place and things like that. And then I put it into a live working document and it's like, all right, is this something that could work for me? And if it could work for me, how can I implement it? But it's that ability to have that community, right? And to be able to be in the same room with you guys and us all talking, right? And having
Right.
kind of like those mastermind sessions, for lack of better words, that everybody's just talking about what works. And it's like, oh, that's dope. I would have never taken that approach. I would have never looked at it from that perspective. And to be able to really benefit as a group collectively. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's funny because, um, I mean, you've seen the grimy, you've seen the like the funnels and all the things and all
right,
the whatever. But then at the same time, you're like, well, yeah, I don't want to be like that.
right,
So
right,
how can
right.
I still authentically put out something
Yeah.
dope
Yep.
but not, come across like one of these clickbaity, and you can
Right.
see it a mile coming. You can see it a mile coming.
Right.
And it's so funny because I had
Kevin, yes, Kevin, we
another
are wrapping up, Kevin. Kevin's like, I'm sure it's time to wrap up, but saying hello. Yes, it's okay. We're
yes,
wrapping up, but it's Kevin's
we're
always late.
wrapping
It's
up.
okay. Yeah.
We're we're like the folks at church. It's like we're wrapping up.
Right. 3 hours later. Right, exactly. 3 hours later.
I was just
The
playing.
kids be tight. Like, I thought you said we was going. And was like, no, we are going. Shut up. Hush.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's like really, really, it's really dope to be able to like, put out what it is that you want to put out and not,
Right.
be grimy about it. Cause
Correct.
we've
Yep.
all seen it. We've all been there. And it
Yep.
was funny because like I had another group of ladies that, were like my inner circle
Yeah.
within a bigger, coaching situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, we could see it coming a mile away. We're like, all right, there it is, the pitch, and you can see it. You're like, okay.
Right.
And, and it's like, and the crowd goes wild and everything,
Right.
all the things happen. But at the same time, it's like so predictable, but it's not authentic. It's not genuine.
Exactly.
It's just like,
Right.
but then they all do it. They all
Yeah.
do it. And it's like, okay, well, if you do this, this, and this, you could expect this much growth and this and that and all that. But it's like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I just, no.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Okay. Obsessed with pet ownership? Yay or nay? I do know you.
Yeah. Okay. So what had happened was,
Mhm.
okay. So, all right. So I have a horse dog. I call him a horse dog. He's a lab.
Yeah.
We ride that dog. Okay. That dog is about 100 pounds, drag my butt all over. Okay. So,
Yeah.
right. So, I mean, I'm afraid that I won't be able to control him in a situation.
Yeah.
And I will end up catching a charge. So, I mean, yeah, we go walking and stuff, and he's a good dog. He's a good dog.
Yeah.
But his sheer size is
Yeah.
very like intimidating to
Yeah.
like everyone else. So, but
People are
I
so I agree. I take Koa out, and she's a pit bull, and because pit bulls naturally have their own bad rap. She
Right.
just wants to love people, and people like I've had people say, "No, you go. I want to stay away," and I'm like, "What?" Like people sometimes are just ignorant, for lack of better words, right?
Right.
That is just like,
Right.
get out of here. Like what?
Yeah.
My dog don't want to do nothing to you. Get out of here.
all he does is
ahead.
hang out and just lick himself.
Right. Like what? I am absolutely obsessed with pet ownership. So I have Tyler, who's 13. His birthday's in a few weeks. I gotta look. I believe it's on the 14th. I have to double check. But yes, I have Tyler, who turns 14 this year. And then I have Koa, who turns 9 months in 3 days.
Aww.
And I was ready. My cousin had another batch of pit bulls maybe 3 months after I picked Koa up, and I was ready to go pick up a brother for Koa. And Angie was like, we
Girl.
cannot. I'm like, I am absolutely obsessed with pet ownership. Like, give me all the dogs. I want all the dogs. Like, I want a ranch with all the
Well,
dogs.
Well, the way this one eats.
That's what Angie said. Angie was like, they are like the cost of kids. Are you crazy? Like, no.
Right. Right. We're
Yes.
good. We won. We good.
Right.
That one, OMG.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's see what's the last card we get for the evening. Would you rather be stuck in an elevator or on a Ferris wheel for 24 hours? Ooh, Angie's yelling at me because I didn't say Max. I know. Max is her cat. So I listed Tyler
Aw.
and yes, and I'm mad. First of all, I didn't even know she was still listening. Look, it got myself in trouble. Yes,
Oh,
and you have
Lord.
to comb Max because I get allergic. That's a whole nother argument for another day. And Angie's trying to buy a whole nother pet kitten, and I'm like, we don't need another. So we are obsessed with pets.
Aw.
Okay, go ahead. Elevator or
ele-
Ferris wheel?
Elevator.
I think I would rather do a Ferris wheel.
Well,
Why?
yeah,
So you
but
tell me why, and then I'll tell you why. My why.
okay. Stuck in an elevator for 24 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's small, and I still don't have control, so
But
that's
why
going
do
to
you
be
sound like you're having a panic attack already?
No, no,
Thinking-
I am. I'm like,
You're
wait,
like,
wait,
I'm
let
ready.
me
I
think about
can't.
it.
I'm looking around like I can't even picture it. Hold on.
Right. I'm just worried about. It's like, oh God, are we on the 18th floor and it's going to drop? I don't know. Wait.
That's my why. That is why I said no. I'm good. Because because I'm
But you
afraid
can
that shit will
fall
drop.
out of the you can fall out of the Ferris wheel and then, then you're dangling from someplace. No, at least you're in a metal box.
Lewis says they can still get me food in a stuck elevator. I mean, you not wrong, but
That part.
see, Paul says if I got stuck in an elevator and the lights went off, it would be over. Yeah, I don't know, because then you risk losing oxygen. At least in a Ferris wheel, you still got fresh air. You got light from the moon.
Houseway. How
What do
you
you
losing oxygen? It's not like hermetically sealed.
Oh, I forgot. I'm talking to a nurse. Leave me alone, okay? That is in my mind.
Okay. I'm like, houseway. How? Girl. Nah.
I'm going to be breathing everybody else's carbon monoxide, and I'm going to die of carbon monoxide.
Houseway. How? I'm still trying to figure that out, but I'm just like, okay, look, the Ferris wheel is open. You might just have like the bar,
Yeah.
then you get all sweaty hands, and next thing you know, you slip and fall. No,
Oh, I'm not,
no,
no,
I'm
not one of those. See, I'm thinking one of the ones that is like a closed box Ferris wheel. Like you in,
okay.
which is kind of like an elevator, I guess. Just not dark.
No.
Lewis says, houseway, how? Y'all better leave me alone. Y'all better leave me alone. All right. So we're going to wrap it up there. Anything else you want to share with the community, Michelle?
Oh my gosh. I got something coming down the pipe. Can't talk about it yet, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So yeah, I got something coming out
One time
soon.
out of 10.
Ooh, how soon can we know?
Won't you be mine? We
We'll all be together, so
this love
we'll know about it.
I'm excited.
I got a little something coming.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. So you'll know in a few weeks, whatever Michelle's little something. We're going to talk about it. Well, thank you so much for coming through and relaunching my ladies' night with me. That was super dope. I had fun. Thank you. You're the best.
Oh my goodness. We go way, way back, girl.
We do. We absolutely do. All right. So let's end it there. Remember, did I save the link? Hold on. Michelle has her own book out. Here is the link to her book. Be sure to show support. You can get a signed autographed copy if you come to People of Video. Come hang out with us. All right, y'all. Michelle, you're going to do you know how we do. You're going to do it? All right. 1, 2, 3.
Yes!
All right, y'all. Good night. Buenos nachos. Nos vemos. Peace out, y'all. Bye.
Deuces.